I wasn't ready. Uh, yeah. Hey,
You weren't
episode
ready.
16. That's what I was trying to figure out what episode it was. 16.
16 is our 16th
Mhm.
episode.
Yeah. Surprise, surprise.
It's been a long time, man.
Yes. If this show was a kid, they'd be sophomore.
They'd be learning how to drive.
Ooh, I don't think we're ready for that.
I'm not ready for that. I got a daughter that's, she'll be 16 in a couple years, and she's been asking, she's been asking questions like about driving, which I'm kind of happy that she's asking now instead of just, trying to full blown, let's figure this out when the time comes. But it's nerve wracking. It's nerve wracking because I understand, you got a couple little ones, and just before you know it, man, you're going to be trying to teach yours how to drive.
How wild are those stories that like 5-year-old, 8-year-old kids are just like, I want to go to the gas station, so they take their parents' cars? Aren't you just so
Exactly.
grateful that that wasn't your kid?
Right. And to think like in the Star Wars universe, little Annie, pod
Mm-hmm.
racing, 10 years old.
Dangerous.
And everybody was like, "Oh, I don't know, man." And he's all like, "I'm going to do this. It's fun. It's awesome." And there's like life and death situations. I feel like even more so in that than real life. There still is in real life. I'm not going to downplay that, but
I'm trying to think if there's like an equivalent in our life of something we do with kids that would be that dangerous.
anything. I remember when I was younger, me and one of my friends in school, I want to say we were like in elementary school, and we were trying to figure out like how dangerous school was. Like you got scissors, those giant butcher paper cutter things, those were dangerous. It was like any single thing we could look at, we found something dangerous about it. Danger all around, everywhere you look.
No, I mean that's 100% true. I just feel like driving a spaceship through Boonta Canyon at 600 miles an hour is a little different than butcher paper cutting.
Yeah, okay, fair. Let's say let's go with
I mean, go kart racing is kind of the closest thing that we have that we put kids in, or like dirt
yeah.
bike.
Yeah, I would say that's maybe the closest, but even then it was like they even had Jedi's that, they're handing them lightsabers at the ages of
That's true.
5, 6, 7, younglings.
Yeah, that's
R.I.P.
wild. So last week we talked about AI,
Mm-hmm.
and I had AI put together a photo of us
Did you
and what it thinks
really?
of our podcast. And
Oh
it's
my
interesting
gosh.
because I was like, okay, you can. I was like, hey, this is what our podcast is. It's a Star Wars podcast. You know, Robbie's one of the hosts. Bryant is the other host. I was like, I'm gonna upload a photo of Robbie, and you turn them into a Sith. And then it goes, can't do that. And I was like, why? And it goes, well, I can't guarantee that you own the right to this photo. And I go, what if I tell you that I own the right to this photo? And they're like, no, you can't do it. So then I was like, okay, uh, give me a screenshot of what you think would be a Star Wars podcast. And then it goes like,
Okay.
due to copyright issues, I can't steal Star Wars content and put it into a photo. So I go, okay. So this is AI's example of us hosting a galactic themed podcast
Yes.
where one of us is a dark wizard cloaked
Okay.
in a black hood with a red laser sword, and the other is a good wizard with no laser sword. So, with enough anticipation out of the way, let me just get this up real quick. This is their. Uh,
It's beautiful.
it
What's
is.
that thing in the middle? What is that?
It's our. It's like our little Emmy. Uh,
Oh wow.
I
We
don't
won an
know.
award in this.
It's our droid.
Who's who? Am I on the right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
See, I have an issue. Like, obviously, to take my image here, but like anytime I do like the TikTok AI, it
Uh-huh.
turns me 100% Indian. Like
That's why I
my,
feel like it makes
yeah,
me huh. Look at that. Look at us.
yeah,
With a Kylo Ren sword, huh? I'm sorry. Kylo Ren laser
yeah,
sword. I
yeah.
was
I
wondering how
would
you were
say
gonna
that's like a
finagle.
C-3PO, but we can't say that.
That's what's crazy is like look at the background. I saw like on TikTok people were doing those like what's it called? The backdrops like the Empire ships where they were
Yeah.
making those walls and it even added that in there. That's so funny.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like that looks so cool. I love that
Wow,
it did like the reflection of the laser sword too. Like that's pretty. But
that
anyway,
is pretty cool. And it
this
didn't
is
mess up the hands. We talked about that.
Oh
Didn't mess
look,
up the
yeah.
hands.
1, 2, 3,
They look
4,
normal.
5, 6. I'm missing
Oh, is there
fingers.
6? Oh,
Can I zoom in? Hold on.
you
See if we
got
can
too many
zoom in a little
fingers?
bit.
Two
No,
little
I'm missing
fingers?
fingers. Yeah, I got two little nubs. It looks like you cut them off.
Oh
And then look at
God.
these little baby hands right here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's six
1, 2,
fingers.
3,
Definitely
4,
six
5,
fingers.
6. Yeah, 6 fingers. There's like a little tiny extra nub there.
You were right. Look at the hands.
What about yours? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fingers. Wow.
Wow, that's weird.
I feel
That
like that's
is
an
weird.
easy thing to fix, but anyway, Scruffy Nerf
That's
Herders.
there it is. And that's going to be us in 130 years when
Imagine
they
if we had
figure
a
out
set like that. That'd
how
be
to
sick.
prolong life. We're just talking face to face. It'd be incredible.
Yeah, they clearly seem happy in that photo. So I would like to think that if we had a set like that, we'd be extremely happy, right?
They seem like they're on episode 642.
Maybe, yeah. I mean,
I'm
they've
just
got real
saying.
laser swords, so
Yeah. Hey, like I said, give it like 120 years. Maybe we'll be there.
which we're getting there because I kind of teased this before, but like there's a new lightsaber company,
Okay.
and it's a Kickstarter, and I got the video for you because we talked about the uh, one that's at Walmart now.
Power Saber.
Thank you, Power Saber.
Yeah.
We both looked at it.
We
I'm
did.
not dropping $50 for that.
I might. I might
Ooh,
just so I can bring it on here and, you know, mess around with it. We'll see.
for science.
For science. Maybe I can expense it.
So this is a new one called Real REEL Saber. And
Okay.
it seems like it's stealing the concept that Disney has. So let's check this out.
This is Real Saber, a retractable saber like no other. So, how does this work? The blade is a cylindrical tube, which is reeled onto a spool with a very powerful motor. This is packed into the hilt, along with a speaker, battery pack, circuit board, joystick, LED, and a cooling fan. Thanks to the marvels of 3D printing, we're able to produce complex geometries that bring all of these components together in ways that aren't available using conventional means of manufacturing. Real Saber is controlled using this small joystick. By default, you would hold forward to deploy a blade,
Right.
back to retract it, and left and right to adjust the color. You could, of course, change all that, because Real Saber is completely programmable over USB-C. You can change things like sound fonts, blade settings, or color behaviors. Let's talk a bit more about the blades. We came up with a material that is flexible enough to roll up, but just rigid enough to hold horizontally and swing a bit. It could wobble and bend, but with the right technique, you can get some spin going. Blades are removable for storage, repair, or replacement. The top of the hilt
That's
has a
pretty dope.
unique twist
Like,
lock
just the fact that
mechanism,
it retracts
giving
on
you
its
room
own.
to position the end of the blade towards a slot in the spool where it can be anchored with a thumb screw. And each Real Saber will come with at least 2 blades. We know sabers come in all shapes and sizes, so the main housing has been shrunk down to allow room for more customization. We'll make files available for things like the twist lock tip, standard shell dimensions, and even replacement gears. So if you have a 3D printer, or you've ever thought about getting one, this is a great way to maximize the potential of your Real Saber. Speaking of maximizing potential, Real Saber is modular. All components have a dedicated connection to the circuit board, so you can replace or potentially upgrade parts down the road.
Wow.
Pretty dope.
I hope you're as excited as I am for Real Saber. Thank you so much for your time.
All right, so this is a Kickstarter.
This
That's crazy. It's like we're combining like because obviously we've had the ones that kind of light up, but they're just a solid static stick for some time now. And I remember when those came out, that was a huge deal too because that was like
Mhm.
obviously different from the like ones you had to throw out or whatever. But these ones, it's like they're getting the action of it retracting and extending out. But there's no way in heck that you're going to be use that to like actually fight somebody with.
No, that's why they're giving you 2 because you're definitely going to hit something that's going to break.
That's interesting. That's really it's really cool. I mean,
Question is, how much would you be willing to pay for that?
Ooh, because it's so new, I feel like the prices are going to be inflated. So I'm going to say 300.
Oh,
Would I be willing to pay for it?
yeah.
I'd probably pay like 250 would be my max, I think.
Okay. So right now, Real Saber. Well, I shouldn't say right now. For the next 11 days, as we're talking, Real Saber is currently on Kickstarter, and it is fully funded. So his goal was basically 48,000, and he's raised
Okay.
48,000. 83
Nice.
people have backed this, and I looked at this to see what it would cost to back the project. One Real Saber, $520, and
And
that's
that's the early
20%
bird
off.
special. Oh God,
Yeah.
man. So that
Hey,
means
we
it's
can
gonna be
get two
closer to
for
seven.
910.
Hey, we'll go halvesies. That's like 405 each.
Yeah, it's just wild, man. Like, yeah, it's cool
That's a lot.
technology, but I don't know.
That's a lot. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. That's a lot.
That's what, three skeletons?
That's,
Three 12-foot skeletons?
this was a conversation we had off air, but yes, I there was a period of time where I was basing all of my purchases on the Home Depot 12-foot skeleton for $300. So yeah, that's like 312. I could buy three more 12-foot skeletons for the cost of that.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, and like this is the thing. Like, I think this is super cool. I think it's definitely worth. But like, where I
Oh yeah,
struggle is like, it's 3D printed, and
yeah. Makes
I
me
don't know.
feel like I should just buy a 3D printer and do it myself.
Yeah,
You know?
but I mean, like, really, the only thing that's proprietary here is the blade and the motor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I don't know.
What's that
But
project
yeah.
timeline? What are they trying to bring to market?
Where'd
2025.
it go? Right down here. I just saw it. Ship by 2025,
Okay. Okay.
April.
So from now until April to save up $500, I could do that. I could do
Technically, yes. Yeah, yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Is like I wanted to talk about it on here because like I thought it was cool, right? And like if anyone is going to be like, "Oh, this is cool," it's going to be our audience. So it's like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, definitely go check this out. Go give Matt, or his name's Matt, and then Fish. But yeah, give him some support. Go get this
If
done. And if you want to
anybody,
buy one for the show, just let us know.
I was gonna say, if any of you are watching and maybe you were one of those 83 backers, let us know. Let us know if you're excited about that because I'd love to know. Maybe there's more information we don't know about it, but definitely looks cool.
Yeah, I just wish I had $520. So it actually looks like in a super early bird special, 487.
Okay, give more
So 50
discounts.
people got it for that.
Got
Interesting.
it. Got it. Got it.
Just
April
way too late
2020.
on this spend. Way too late.
Dang. Maybe if we were
Bummer.
still doing our podcast every week instead of waiting a whole year, we would have caught that in time.
100%. 100%. Man,
Well,
I've been
let
thinking
me.
about your jokes all week.
I was gonna say I'm about to slap you with three more of these. I
Bring
can't
them on.
promise they're gonna be as good as last week's, okay? But
I'm
here's what I
still
got
thinking
for you.
about baby Jawas. So let's do this.
All right, you ready for this one?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Three jokes. Joke number one. Here we go. Why didn't any of Luke Skywalker's marriages last?
Why?
He always followed Obi-Wan's advice. Use divorce, Luke. Use divorce instead of the
That's a
force.
good one. That's a good one. That's a really good one.
Scooby. Next up, we have where does Princess Leia shop for Father's Day?
Ooh. Where?
At the Darth Mall.
I hate that one, but I love it at the same time.
I couldn't tell. I debated whether to put that on my list of jokes when I read it because I thought it was like really funny, but it was also really dumb.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, Dark Maul. That's a good one. That's a
Next
good
one I have. Last one. Here we go. You ready? What is R2D2 short for?
I don't know.
It's because he has little legs. He's short because he's got little legs. Maybe if he had bigger legs, he'd be bigger.
That's actually a really good joke. I didn't see that
Those are
coming.
me. Those are my jokes. I'll be here all week. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank
Here's the delayed. Hold on.
R2D2, little legs. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh man.
Oh,
The
man.
R2D2. It was unexpected. I like that one.
Yeah, I like those ones. Those ones are the ones that get me usually when it's so simple and you're like, I could have guessed that.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I've always worried when I'm saying this that you're gonna be like, because he's got little legs, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, no, that
was
one
joke.
came out of nowhere. That was a good one. Hey, you kind of talked about it. We've been off for a while, right? And there's a lot of things we missed. We apparently missed a trailer for the Skeleton Crew.
Did you know what? I almost feel like I know I missed it because I heard that it was going to come out and I was really excited, but then I never watched it.
Okay, you want to watch it right now?
Absolutely.
Let's watch it with the our fellow Scruffy Nerf herders, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Tomorrow's test will set the course of your entire future.
No pressure.
Yeah, that's a big
Don't you
pressure.
ever want to do anything exciting? Like what? What if we could go
Hold on, is
anywhere
that the
we
name
want
for
in the
piano?
whole galaxy? A real adventure. No more pretend. I found something buried in the woods. What do you think it is? I
Very
think it's a lost
strange
Jedi
vibes
temple.
here, man.
Hello? Be careful where you step. We're lost. Really lost.
Tis dangerous out there in space. Trust no one.
Well, we got a Jedi.
You're a Jedi.
Is that Jude Law?
Yeah.
What? Yo, I'm excited for that. That looks good.
I know it actually looks really good.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued. I definitely like I said, I love movies and shows. Like I think we talked about it before. Goonies, Super 8,
Yeah.
Stranger Things, like anything where kids having to deal with like real life scenarios. I always enjoy.
Yeah.
That's awesome. There's a
So
different
December.
that's coming up quick, man.
Yeah.
That's like a month and a half away.
The elephant kid.
Yeah.
That's the one from Jabba's palace.
Is it really?
The one that's, or no, maybe it's not Jabba's palace.
I was like what? What do we do? Okay.
The is that Jabba's?
It's like the same same species, yeah.
Piano? Yeah, dude. If we find out that this is them, I'm gonna be so excited. Hold on, let me
So,
switch this over.
I
This
noticed
dude.
there was an X-wing.
When we find out that that's
Dude,
him,
what a call out. What a call out.
look at that costume. That's great.
So I was going to ask,
Breakfast
do you
thing.
think this is before, like, where do you think this fits in the timeline?
I don't know. I know nothing about this. This is the one that I'm going in completely blind because I feel like a lot of the issues I've had with Star Wars is that I go in with expectations into these shows.
Mhm.
So I'm like, oh man, I really want this to be good. And like I have expectations, but like I have no clue.
It feels
I know
very
nothing about this.
after the Empire. So I almost feel like it's going to take place between like episode 6 and like episode 7 maybe. Because it didn't seem like there was much chaos. It seemed pretty peaceful. Like it seemed like
Yeah.
a nice suburban neighborhood for what you could have in space. You know what I mean? Kids were going to school and they were just looking for something exciting and adventurous. Like I feel like anybody that's dealing with the Empire or anything that's, going through war or any sort of conflicts like that aren't going to be in a peaceful state. So it's got to be probably after 6 is my guess.
Yeah. And again, I mean, that kind of fits like everything we're getting, right? Like Boba, Mando, Ahsoka, everything after Jedi. Like,
what if Mando shows up with
just
Grogu?
ties it all together.
Didn't we?
I know they were talking about that Mando, whatever the next season of Mando was, got canceled, and they're just turning it into a movie. How do you feel about that?
I don't know. I think I like it, because one thing that I think we've joked about before is a lot of Mandalorian. It's like just repeat stuff. It's the same stuff. It's like there's a problem. He needs to go somewhere with Grogu, but ultimately there's an end goal where they're trying to get to. So it's like I crash land here because I'm out of gas or something's wrong with my ship, and then it's like, oh, my ship needs repairs. Oh, I'll repair this for you, but you need to go do this for me first. Oh, let me go do this for you, and then it's like a rinse and repeat cycle of like episodes. So I felt like maybe if they do a movie, they could take a little more time to come up with maybe a better story for like a. I just am not sure where it's going, because like everything with the first season was all like finding Grogu to be put back with the Jedi, and now that they're kind of tagging along with each other and everything that happened with Book of Boba Fett, it's interesting to see where it would go from now.
Yeah, and you gotta think like Mando season 4 is gonna be immediately after Ahsoka, so you have all of that blowback. Damn, I can't wait.
I know, I'm so excited for this stuff coming up.
Did you see the interview with Obi-Wan, where he was basically saying that like he's 100% open for an Obi-Wan season 2, but he wants to do it where like there's flashbacks to the Clone War?
Ooh, I did not know that part. I thought it was going to be like a season 2 as in like after the last one.
Oh, no, I mean like that it would basically be like taking place after it, but it would be filled with like flashbacks to like Anakin and Obi-Wan doing like a live action Clone Wars.
I'd be more open to that than I would be having more filling of space after the last Obi-Wan, because I felt like where it ended was a good, like, I'm okay with the time gap from there to episode 4. You know what I mean? Like
you messed up enough. Well, you messed with lore enough, and you didn't ruin it, so don't push your luck.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't mess with it more, because I don't know. I didn't see Acolyte, but I know that show came with things that people are like, you're messing with stuff from the future, like going to happen in the future. Like, stop doing that. So
yeah, it's kind of wild that like Marvel hasn't really come out with anything where they're like, oh, that doesn't matter, or the show like. Because I kind of feel like that's what happened with Acolyte. Is they're like, oh, don't worry, this isn't canon, or it's canon, but like they're just like, oh, don't look this way. In Marvel, that really hasn't happened.
it did.
Oh,
you didn't watch Loki, you said so.
Oh, okay.
Literally in Loki, there's a scene where, because they talk about multiple timelines, where this guy is literally at like a desk, like an office desk, and he like pulls open a drawer and there's just a bunch of Infinity Stones in there, and they're using them as paperweights. And Loki was like, you're just using Infinity Stones as paperweights? And like, oh yeah, they make great paperweights. Like they just throw them to the wayside, and you're just like, what the heck? Like, that's so hilarious. They kind of do mess with it with the whole multiverse stuff. So
yeah, because every universe has to have its own Infinity Stones, so they're not that rare. Every timeline has, in theory, 6 Infinity Stones, right?
And that's what scares me about. I mean, I know that we kind of touched on it briefly with Ahsoka, with the whole world beyond world, or world between worlds. I almost don't like it when they do that, because then things don't feel so final. Like,
yeah,
with RDJ coming back, to play Doctor Doom, things don't feel as final anymore. If somebody dies, you're like, well, maybe they can still come back. And it's like, I don't know. It takes away the meaning, I feel like, of scenarios in certain situations.
100%.
So, yeah. I mean, if you know that.
Imagine if like Darth Vader, like they made a movie right after Jedi where Darth Vader came back to life. Like,
yeah. Or didn't.
And it was like or Palpatine.
I mean, see, here's the thing. It's like, it's hard because it's like, it would be cool to see scenarios like that. Like they came out with a Lego set recently that had Darth Jar Jar. That'd be cool to see. You know what I mean? Like an alternate. I don't. It's hard. It's like I'm a fan of the old multiverse stuff, and then at the same time I'm not. So it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to have it both ways. I can't have it both ways.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. I mean, we could just say that Darth Jar Jar is part of this universe and not part of the multiverse and just give it to us.
He's just been Darth the whole time. You just never knew.
Never knew. Do you still play, or did you ever play DayZ? Or have you, was that something you're into?
DayZ. I don't think I ever did. I think I downloaded it, but I don't think I ever played it. That's like the zombie survival game where there's other survivors at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I've not played that.
So I found out this week there's a Star Wars mod
No way.
where instead of zombies, it's just chaos. Sorry, I thought I had this ready to go, but I did not. So let me just get this ad taken care of. And but yeah, so it's basically a DayZ Star Wars server that looks fantastic. So let me it's a 30-minute video, so we're obviously not going to watch the whole thing.
Ooh, I'm like, all right, buckle up, take a seat, get some popcorn.
Yeah.
Adventure. I'm going to go out, see what kind of people we can meet. Imperial or rebel scum. We'll kill them all the same. I've seen on the map that the icy planet of Hoth is nearby, so I think that will be our first stop, but I'm going to get a bit looted up first and see what we can find.
But my understanding
Oh shit,
is
it's a heli crash.
Clone Wars.
This must be the heli
characters,
crash. That's nice. All right,
Star
well, we
Wars
got to find
aliens.
now. It's amazing, actually, what people think of to put with DayZ. Who would have thought Jurassic Park DayZ would be good? But it is. Who would...
Hold up. Jurassic.
Yeah, back up. I want to talk about Jurassic Park, DayZ. That sounds
Yeah,
incredible.
let's talk about that. Yeah. I'm just gonna see if there was any stuff in here that's worth. Look at this.
So I'm
Look at
assuming
this
you get
dude's armor.
blasters and stuff maybe in this one.
This dude's like a straight bounty hunter.
Oh my god.
Stormtrooper, commando. But it's just like, I don't know. Honestly, I didn't watch this whole video, so I apologize. There's some Jawa stuff going on.
The fact that they added the music to that is incredible.
Tusken Raider, and he's got like Han's blaster there. This looks like an Imperial base here.
How cool is this? Oh my god.
Wow.
Which I don't think you
This
can
is
fly in.
epic, dude.
Maybe you can. I don't know.
Oh my
The
god.
fact that you can
Look at the
explore that is
amazing.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I don't
So
even know
well
where to
done,
begin with
dude.
stuff like this, though. That's the thing. Like, how do you
Oh.
even begin to mod stuff
An
like this?
E22. E11 mags. Did I
much
pick any of them
time
up?
does it
I think I did, didn't I? Oh shit, there's a dude right there.
Yeah. So anyway, let me give this guy credit to Hey Barmby. Yeah, over on YouTube. Interesting stuff, but
I'm about to check that out.
yeah, if you're all a DayZ fan, definitely go check that out.
That's cool. I love it when they do things like that. Like, I'd even be down to do some Minecraft that was modeled like Star Wars.
Yeah. Did you ever do the Fortnite stuff?
Oh yeah, I remember you had to take out Vader and get his lightsaber.
Yeah.
Throw that
the
thing
lightsaber
around.
made you so OP.
that game got a little too crazy for me. Like I played it quite a bit when it came out, but man, it got at the point now where if I ever try and go back and play it, because my son's super into it, but if I
Yeah.
ever go back and try to play it, I'm like, what are all these characters? Like I saw Dragon Ball Z characters in there. I was like, what is going on? So speaking of Dragon Ball Z, I know this is not a Dragon Ball Z podcast, but I was watching it with my daughter today, and episode 68 of Dragon Ball Z is a amazing episode for me because that is where the score, like the music of it, changes. I don't know
Okay.
who was doing it before, but there's a guy named Bruce Faulkner that started doing all of the music for Dragon Ball Z starting as of episode 68 back in like 1990 or something like that. And he basically was responsible for it for pretty much, I think, till the end of Dragon Ball Z. And the music just is full of like these amazing like metal guitar riffs and stuff. And it's so badass. And it made me think like that's a huge part for, I think, a lot of people when they are obsessed with a video game or a movie or anything is the music and the score behind it.
Yep.
And obviously John Williams gave us an incredible score with, Star Wars, and how iconic a lot of the music is that just gets stuck in your head. I mean, I have ornaments, I have all kinds of things that when I hear like Star Wars themes, I get pumped. So I was curious if you have like what would you say is your favorite Star Wars theme or Star Wars song?
Oh,
I'll let you think about it. I have a couple. I have
okay.
Duel of the Fates,
Okay. Yep. That was going to be one of the
episode
first
one.
ones.
I was gonna say that's Phantom Menace. That part was just. I don't know if we're allowed to play it. I don't want to get copyrighted or anything.
I don't think if we hum it, I think we're good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like that just so good. So freaking good. Just the main theme song, just the credits start rolling and it's just giant Star Wars goes into the screen.
Yep.
Incredible. One thing that I started liking a lot too when we were watching Clone Wars is even that one. It was similar, but a little bit different than the main Star Wars theme.
The one that in the beginning?
Mm-hmm.
It was like bum 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 bum.
Yeah. But Cantina Band.
Okay.
That's
That's a classic.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
There's a lot. There's a lot that are.
I think the one that always gets me and it like hits me in the heat, like right in the feels, is the binary sunset. Where like Luke's standing, looking at the sunset.
That's true.
Like, dun, 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 dun. It's just like super slow, super smooth.
Strings
that to me
build
will
up.
always be Star Wars. Yeah.
That's an iconic one. How do we forget freaking my boy back here, the Imperial March?
Boom, 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 boom.
Like you made a song that just anybody hears it and they're like Darth Vader. Like
100%.
you
100%.
see it in your head immediately.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Just it's one of those things that, and I feel like they've done a pretty good job. Even that trailer we were watching for Skeleton Crew, I thought the music in there was pretty good too. So
yeah, I think that it's amazing because I was having kind of a similar thing this week, and I know we talked about it last week, but I've been going down a real big like Lord of the Rings rabbit hole, and that's another one that I put up there, being like the sound, and the music from that movie is just like Star Wars, Lord of the Rings. I would put them in a class of their own when it comes to like the orchestra and the music and like all the soundtracks. They're just awesome.
There was a guy by the name of Hans Zimmer, and he does so many movie scores, stuff for like Pirates of the Caribbean. He did stuff for Pearl Harbor. He did Interstellar. Like there's so many movies that he's done scores for, and he's just a brilliant orchestrator, composer, whatever you want to call him. And I guess there was a concert recently here in Dallas-Fort Worth area, and I wanted to go to it so bad. And it's just like a orchestra playing his music while they show like videos and clips from movies that the songs are from. And I wanted to go to it so bad, and that's when I realized I'm old because I'm like excited to go see an orchestra play.
That is pretty old. Yeah.
I know we talked about you going to like ACL and stuff, but like, that's not your, let's sit down and relax in candlelight and listen to music. It's like standing
I'm
for
looking
hours.
at his IMDb right now. It's like Lion King, X-Men.
Lion King. How did I forget that? Yeah.
Boss Baby. He was the composer of Boss Baby.
How do you forget that?
Bro, if you go to that orchestra thing, I want you to be sitting in the front row and just lean over to someone back. You think you can play Boss Baby?
Do you think? I can't wait for to play Boss Baby right now.
Kung Fu Panda. No, he's got a lot of them
one
on here, man. Interstellar. That's another.
That's
great
what I'm
movie.
saying. Like so many movies, like I guarantee you, if there's a song you're like, I know that song. He's done it. Like it's crazy.
Dark Knight Rises. Heck yeah.
John Williams did he did Jurassic Park too, right?
I think so, and I
Pretty
think
sure
he
he
also
did.
did Jaws.
Ooh, see, those are iconic as well.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Yeah, he was Jaws, Jurassic Park, Indiana Jones, E.T., and Schindler's List.
I don't think I ever got you on the band that me and my daughter and my dad went and saw. Did I tell you about that? Were we
About
doing
the
this
Star Wars
podcast at
one?
the time? Yeah, the
Yeah.
Galactic.
Yeah,
They're called
yeah, yeah.
Galactic Empire.
Yeah,
If
100%.
you like Star Wars music and you like any sort of rock music whatsoever, listen to Galactic Empire. We saw them in concert and they were freaking having lightsaber fights on stage and like they're just playing guitar riffs and they're all dressed out, you know, like characters from a space universe. Like they can't call it that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But their videos are incredible. Here,
Yeah,
let me.
the big one that I'm into right now is Star Wars Lo-Fi.
Oh yeah, I love that too so much. Lo-fi in general I enjoy, but I love lo-fi that it's songs that I know, and Star Wars lo-fi is incredible.
Yeah. Here, let me I got your Galactic Empire. Let me get this
There
up
you
real
go.
quick. Share screen. Boom.
Yeah. They were so good.
Let's grab the guitar. Now, are they wearing like these costumes, or do they have like their own stuff?
They have like their own
Okay.
costumes and stuff, but
Just Boba Fett just
going ham on the drums.
That's pretty dope. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Man.
If you ever have a chance to go see them, I think it was like $25 or something like that. It wasn't
That's
that
not
much.
bad at all.
No, and it was like a little venue and stuff. It was cool. So we'll have to check them out sometime. If
No, that's cool.
if they're ever in town.
Yeah, I was just trying to see if they had maybe some tour dates up so I could throw them up, but I can't find them on
Darn.
this page. But yeah, definitely check out Galactic Empire. You know, something that blew my mind, like space related this week, was like, you know how they're always like, oh, it takes so long for us to get from like Earth
Mhm.
to Mars, and a lot of that is the reasoning that like when we launch things for Mars, we're launching them to where Mars will be at a certain point.
That
You
is
understand that?
trippy. Yeah.
Yeah, so like basically if we just ran fuel 24/7, we could just go in the direction of Mars, but because we're just coasting, we have to go like, oh, in 6 months here's where Mars will be and we'll touch it. But then I found out so that takes 6 months to do that. But we could get to Mars within like 4 weeks if we had the proper fuel.
Really?
Yeah, like if we just gunned it and went just straight for Mars, we could get there in 4 weeks.
That's crazy because I guess I didn't think about the fact that like once you're in space, there's no gravitational pull. Like you're just
Yeah.
going on and on and on and on until something stops you. I guess, right?
Yeah, and like that was the big thing they were saying is like at that point, like you'd have to turn around and basically shoot back. But like, yeah, I'm just
That's
like,
crazy.
man, it's wild. Also that like you look at how much we do in space, and we still haven't figured out a way to travel faster than that.
Well, you could just don't have enough fuel reserves.
Yeah, I mean, right. And what was weird is that like Neil deGrasse Tyson was talking about it, and
Okay.
he was like, in theory, we could put refueling stations along the way to allow you to do it, but then I'm just like, why haven't we done that? Like, let's do it, 100%.
So obviously we have election coming up here. Not to get too political, but we got election year stuff coming up. Do you think we'll ever get to a point where us as like a world will? Because obviously you think about like the Star Wars universe, like those worlds pretty much there's sometimes typically like some sort of civil things going on, but it's like usually each planet is pretty seemingly all one nation. What would you call it? One republic, whatever you want to call it. Do you think we'll ever get to that point, or is there going to have to be some sort of like event that happens where aliens come or something like that for us to decide, hey, we're all just Earth?
I don't know, man. There's days where I'm like, oh yeah, we'll get there, but then there's other days where I'm like, nah. Sometimes I'm like, I really do buy into that meme. It's like aliens are out there, but like Earth's the planet that you lock your doors when you drive past it. I'm like,
When they're coasting by, they're like,
yeah. Let's not stop there for gas. Let's go to Jupiter. No, I definitely think, and that's the thing. I think we've talked about this off stream. But like that's the thing that frustrates me so much. Is like, if you look at anything else in the world, it's like they talk about species. It's like, oh, we're Martians, and like, why is it here that we're? I don't know. It's just so frustrating.
Earthlings? Is that what we call ourselves?
Yeah.
Who came up with Earthlings? I feel like you could have done a better job.
Earth dwellers.
Earthens. Earthenites. Earthobes.
I don't know. What else would you call it?
Oh, we probably could have came up with a cooler name for our planet than Earth.
Yeah.
Who came up with that name?
Now I'm gonna have to Google that because I'm gonna be thinking about it all night. Who came up with the name?
Is that Webster? A Webster dictionary?
The name Earth comes from the Old English word of Eorthe, which means the ground.
Okay.
The name is at least 1,000 years old. So we've only been calling Earth for 1,000 years old. And
it's 2024. So in 1023, they're like, what's this? What are we on? Rock? Water?
Yeah.
What are we?
Yeah. Wow. That's kind of wild. It's like it's just like all these people talking about like all this stuff of like Mother Earth, kind of being the main thing. The name Earth derives from 8th century Anglo-Saxon word "erda," which means ground or soil.
Which is funny because we're like mostly water.
Yeah. What the heck? What's water? Now you're gonna send me down another one. What's the Anglo-Saxon for water?
Down a rabbit hole.
Anglo-Saxon word for water. It's literally water.
That's what happened. They were like, "Hey, the world's mostly water. Let's call it water." That's silly. We got to do something else.
Waterlings.
Waterlings.
No. I do think that like really, it's gonna take some type of species to come and be like, "What are you guys doing?" And I don't know if that species is gonna like be the parent in the room and the bad actors in the world who are trying to kill each other and to divide us and to do all that type of stuff. We're gonna step in and just be like, go in the corner, or like you're in timeout, or whatever it is, because I don't think we as a species are gonna be able to do that ourselves. So,
sad.
It is. Think about how much more we could do if we all just worked together.
Welcome to our peace talk. We're here to spread world peace.
Yep.
So we can finally get some laser swords.
Give me any diplomatic issue, and I can give you world peace. And I'll say, don't you guys want hyperdrives? Don't you guys want to travel at the speed of light?
Don't you want to be able to go to Mars in 4 weeks? Like, come on.
Y'all fighting right now is preventing us from colonizing the galaxy. Put down your guns, and let's just hug.
Man.
Yeah. So anyway, I got 3 TikToks for you.
Okay, I love it.
One might be a repeat. I don't know if we've shown it here before, but so at least 2 solid ones. So this first one is a really good one.
Oh, my house is so fancy. Oh, hello, Butler.
In the name of the Galactic Senate of the Republic, you're under arrest.
I'm doing nothing.
The Senate will decide your fate.
Let me introduce you to us. I'm Bluey, and this is Mini Bluey. What do you want, Gregor?
Not yet.
I love this.
Kudos to the guy who made it. Like, this is so good.
You are under arrest. The oppression of the Sith will never return. You have lost.
Okay. No more cheekiness. Oh, why not?
I am going to end this once and for all.
Oh, well, that's too bad. I said that's too bad.
I don't think so.
It's not working. Is my car scratched?
Is my car scratched?
That was incredible.
Yeah. Have you seen that
Oh
before?
my gosh. No, I've never seen that
Okay.
before. That was awesome.
Jar Jar
I
Studios. Yeah.
dude, Bluey's incredible. And that, please bring Bluey to Star Wars universe. That was
What's amazing
awesome.
is that like he had to literally go through so many episodes to find the right
Oh, yeah.
clip for each. This is like wow, cool man.
I love Bingo eating the lightsaber. Just stop. Like
Yeah.
they were like, I have to put this in there. I have to
Yeah.
put this. It had nothing to do with it, but
So this next one,
oh,
I feel like this is the repeat, but we'll just check.
okay.
She wants the silverback to father her children. She's just come into season, and she has only a couple of days when she's fertile. There's no time to waste.
That'll work. That'll do it. That
As a dad,
I've not seen that.
Okay, I'm glad.
If my wife comes home with a big old Lego Star Wars set,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
third kid.
There.
Third kid. You don't know how kids are made.
Oh, shh. She might be watching. She'll be like, "That's all it takes."
She's like done. You're gonna come home from work and it's just gonna be sitting on the table.
7 of them. Whoa.
Now this next one, I don't know what it's from, but it looks like it's a Star Wars like spoof movie, and it really cracked me up. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, forgive me, Dork. I can't wait. I can't stop. How you doing?
Not sure about that. You know, I'm sort of numb with rage. I'm gonna go process this. Good day.
I don't know what that's from.
It's I can't remember what it is. I've seen that before though. It's a longer video, but I feel like it's almost worse, you know?
Oh really?
Like if he just wore to walk away, then like that stormtrooper has to stew on, you know, what is possibly going to happen to him.
Yeah, 100%.
He's like, I'm not sure I feel about this. I gotta go ponder
100%.
this.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just wild, man. Like and what's funny is like even Vader, I'd be like, oh, now I gotta clean my suit, dude. I gotta go leave.
It's like, great, not again. Hate when this happens. Do you think they have like some sort of, or they should have some sort of like filtration system, like a astronaut?
The question is, after Anakin burned, does he even have his bits?
Ooh. Good question.
Lost his legs. He's just got, I mean, these are the questions we want to answer.
If we had world peace, we'd figure this out.
100%. Anyway, those are the TikToks I got for this week. So
those are good.
Thanks, man. Yeah, kind of a light week, but yeah, no, it's that's kind of all I got.
Well, I think we need to start figuring out something to watch here soon. Maybe start doing some recaps of some episodes. Maybe start Clone Wars again. We'll figure it out.
I agree, and definitely getting into a little bit more of the debate topics as well. Because I saw a comment this week that was diving into our debates of like hero versus hero and like who would win, and they said these are two different videos. Chopper would wipe R2D2 is what their comment was. SGE22. That was their comment on the video.
Okay.
And I don't remember where we stood, but I feel like we both agreed that Chopper's got some street cred.
I think that's the problem with that scenario is I don't know much about Chopper. I only know what I've heard on the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think you were pretty convincing that he's got way more droid hood in him than a standard astromech droid. But I feel like R2, he's pretty crafty, you know?
Chopper's been in a few World Star videos, if you know what I'm saying. Then SGE22 also put another comment this week that I thought was kind of interesting. It said, talking about like the world between worlds. Okay. And he said, Ahsoka never beat Anakin. Anakin was toying with her so she would choose to live.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't feel like he would lose to her. I don't feel like, as badass as she is, I don't know if she's good enough.
I don't agree with the second part of this comment. He goes, if anything, the scene shows how powerful, full potential Anakin is and how weak Ahsoka is. And I'm like, I wouldn't say weak, but...
yeah, I mean, it's hard to say weak when you're up against full potential Anakin. Like
the chosen one. Just saying, it's wild. So, anyway, thank you for the comments, and any other comments y'all have for us, definitely let us know. Leave them in the comment section. We'll catch up on them on next week's video. But that's all I got for this week, man.
Absolutely, man. Well, it was a good week. Look forward to next week, and you yourself a good week, man.
You too. May the force be with us all.
Always.